Okay, so we're going to look at the 12 games played today in the U.S. Championship and U.S. Women's Championship. First game we'll look at the championship games first and the Women's Championship next. Okay, so Domínguez is white against Wesley. First game. They played an Italian, which is the style, 2 knights. Most super GMs don't play knight g5, especially Domínguez. This is all normal and boring. So yeah, one of the new wrinkles in these positions is white decides they're not worried about knight a5 getting the 2 bishops. So white doesn't play bishop b3 anymore for no reason. Just saves a tempo. Now knight a5 doesn't do anything because of bishop a2. Okay, so this is, considered about equal. Players still in their prep. You can tell by how much time they've taken. Then rook b1 seems like it's not prep. So now the players are on their own. But okay, nothing much is happening. Yeah, the engine prefers to take on b5 first, but knight e7 is okay. So white grabs the center. The engine wants to play knight g6 here, although I guess black will be forced to sack a piece after d5, which is probably good because the bishop gets opened and the knights are here. So, but Wesley took instead, so that d5 would never happen. Then traded again, and then c6, which defends the pawn by discovery, as in the opera game when black played c6. And engine says white's slightly better. It doesn't like queen d8. It wants black to play queen c7, keeping an eye on this pawn. But I guess Wesley literally didn't care because the knight's attacked. Yeah, now he defended. So white's just better here because white has some targets. Thanks, Aaron's on Twitches. Thanks. Some targets here. Knight on e5 is pretty nice. Bishop a3 is annoying. So white's better here. Okay, and queen d3 gives away all of white's advantage. Queen d3 is a pretty natural move. Your rook can move over, and you stop black from playing knight f5 ever. But the engine wants to take the knight and then play queen b1, which is not very obvious since that would hang the d pawn. And somehow that's better for white. Although I don't know why. I guess I was thinking if you play bishop takes, I can play knight f5, but then I could play... Oh, you can't play rook takes e5 because knight e7 check wins the queen at the end. Okay. Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to play bishop takes knight here. So, okay, so queen d3. Now the game's just equal. White's not better anymore. They trade everything. Now they're repeating, always repeat. Then Domínguez plays for the win, but it's just equal. Queen e4 is fine. Queen takes e3 check is also a draw. Played rook a8 because if you take the pawn on e3, I can play rook d7. You can't defend the f pawn. And then Wesley kept attacking the rook. If the rook moves away, we just keep attacking it. The rook has nowhere to hide. So eventually White's going to have to do this, which is pretty drawn. Then they repeated so they could get to a draw. I think based on what I saw today, draw offers aren't allowed. The game has to end in stalemate or by repetition. So when the game is obviously drawn, the players find a way to repeat moves because they're not allowed to agree to a draw. I think that's the rules. Hello.